Beginners will do this. Send me a trend line doing this. Nigga, what the fuck are you tracking? Like, this shit is so wild to me. If we're going up, the first thing I want to track is the buyers. Why the fuck are you drawing a trend line on the opposite side? All right, so quick tutorial on how to draw a trend line. Rule of thumb is just look for a natural slant in the market. You don't have to think too hard when you're drawing trend lines. Once you find a natural slant, all you do is you would take this tool up here, go to the second row, and it's going to be this trend line tool right here. You can start if you need to, so it'll be on your toolbar. You're going to take the trend line tool. You're going to start at a point, usually at the top of a wick or the top of a body. I'm going to start at the top of the wick, and then you're going to find the second point, and then you're just going to run it through. So 1, 2, run it through. Okay? I like that trend line. That's a pretty nice trend line. It did hit on all of these. You can always adjust it if needed, but that's a nice trend line. Okay, you don't have to think too hard. Okay, let's try to find another one. Okay, here's another example. As you can see, we have a natural slant happening in the market. The market is going up at an angle, at a diagonal angle. So here I can draw a trend line once again. Don't think too hard. Trading does not have to be hard. Maybe you started at the bottom of this body right here, right? That's 1 point, and then you're going to find 2 points. Maybe this is your second one, and you just run it through, right? But then you're like, okay, when it got to here, you're like, okay, it's, it's cutting through it. So once again, it's okay to adjust it. Maybe instead of using this as your second point, you decide, okay, maybe I want to use this one. Maybe you don't like that one. Maybe you're like, okay, I want to use this one. Okay, use that one then. It's okay to adjust your trend lines. Just don't start reaching and then just keep adjusting it just to your liking. Don't reach, but it's okay to adjust your trend line 1 or 2 times. So that's a nice trend line. Okay, perfect. Don't have to think too hard. Remember that. Here's another example. Okay, once again, we have a natural slant happening in the market. Okay, if you see a natural slant, possibly you can draw a trend line because we are going up at an angle, creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. This is clearly an uptrend. If we're in an uptrend, we should be drawing a trend line at the bottom. So once again, we'll take a point. This is our point 1. Maybe we want this to be our point 2. Run it through. Okay. Now, I don't like to use all the way in the outliers, so I tend to try to find a nice median where it can cut through price a little bit, or like it's where it's near the bodies the most. So I'd probably, instead of using this one as my second point, I'd use this as my second point, and then it cuts through price really nicely. This is the nice average point where the bodies like to hover at. So this is a nice trend line, okay? Don't have to think too hard. All we're doing is finding natural slants. I'm sure a child would be able to do it. The reason why adults have a problem with trading is because they think too hard. Natural slants right here. Okay, point 1. Maybe this is my point 2. Maybe this is my point 2. Run it through. Okay, maybe instead I was like, okay, I want to adjust it. Okay, maybe we use this right here. Point 2. Okay, it's okay to adjust it. Look how even this wick touched right here. The market, wicks don't lie, okay? So like it'll make sense. If you drew your trend line correctly, it'll make sense, okay? So just make it make sense. Don't reach and just like try to draw a trend line everywhere, but it will make sense if you drew a trend line correctly. I'd probably draw one like right here, for example. When you're drawing a trend line for any reason, you got to make sure it's in a trending market. It's called a trend line, right? So this is an uptrend. So, right now we're going up, so I'm just tracking the buying pressure. I can make this green because, as I say in my videos, green equals buy. But this is just tracking the buying pressure of this trend. If you're going to draw a trend line, you have to make sure it's a trending market. Okay, so right now we're trending upwards, so I was able to draw a trend line right here. Let me find a trend going downwards real quick. Okay, here's one right here. Here's a trend line right here. It's going down. See, so it's natural for me to see because I've been doing this shit for so long. Maybe it's not natural for you guys to see, but I see a slant right here. And now we're going to make sure we make this red. We're creating these color associations for a reason. Okay, like the reason why trading is hard is not because trading is hard. It's because humans think too fucking much. So I'm trying to turn your brain off. So we create these associations with these colors. So anytime you see red, you're like, oh, okay, so when I see green, it's a buy. For example, right over here, right? So anytime it hits this trend line, look at this. Oh, it hit green. Oh, buy. Oh, hit green again. Okay, buy. It hit green again. Okay, buy. This is a downtrend. Red equals sell. All right, bet. Anytime I see red, hits red, sell. Yo, make sure you mute your mics, please. It hits red, sell. Hits red again, sell. Hits red again, sell. Hits red again, sell. Hits red again. Here we went stupid. Easy association. Like I see red, okay, sell. I see green, okay, buy. Right? This is what I see beginner traders do. Because I teach them about trend lines. Now they think they could draw trend lines all the time. So then I'll see a nigga do this. He's like, oh shit, let me draw a trend line right here. see some shit like this. Start doing some shit like this. Like this, start drawing. Everywhere just drawing trend lines. Like once it's getting to like almost straight going up, bruh, it's hyperbolic. It's not a trending market. So I told you guys about different types of markets, right? All right, so remember we have consolidating markets where the market is just traveling in between a high and a low. Okay, we do not draw trend lines in these type of markets. And then we have trending markets, which is when we would be drawing a trend line because it's in a trending market. It's a trend line. So we could have an uptrend, for example, where we're creating these higher highs and higher lows. Okay, that's where we ideally want to draw a trend line at the bottom. Then we also have a downtrend where we're creating these lower highs and lower lows. We'll draw a trend line at the top. This is when it makes sense to draw a trend line. Now, above this, we have hyperbolic markets. In hyperbolic markets, it's basically a trending market, except it's so strong that we're barely getting any pullback, and the market's just shooting up or shooting down. With barely any pullback, no real retrace. We cannot draw a trend line in these instances. This is like when Bitcoin was shooting up or down. You can't do that because it's too steep. Your trend line should never be this steep. A trend line this steep is going to be very unreliable. So make sure if you're drawing a trend line, it's only in trending markets like this. We can't draw it in consolidated markets. We cannot draw it in hyperbolic markets. We can only draw it in trending markets. It just went straight down, right? I'll see beginners do some stupid shit like this. Like, nigga, you can't draw a trend line in every situation because I wouldn't even call this trending, bro. This is hyperbolic. This is like when Bitcoin was going crazy, just rallying up. That's hyperbolic, bro. This is not a trending market. Okay, there's a difference. Nice little trending market real quick, right? Make sure it's green. Green, buy. Hits it again, buy. Hits it again, buy, right? Because with a trend line, I'm just tracking the buying pressure in this trending market. Beginners will do this. Send me a trend line doing this. Nigga, what the fuck are you tracking? Like, it's... That shit is so wild to me. If we're going up, the first thing I want to track is the buyers. Why the fuck are you drawing a trend line on the opposite side?
I also did have another question about trend lines. I just wanted to get your opinion on how steep is too steep for a trend line.
That's a great question.
That you would determine.
That's a great question.
What's up, Apollo? I just want to say this course is on another level.
Yeah.
This shit is just crazy, bro. Like 2 weeks ago, my buddy got me into Forex and we were learning on YouTube and all this. He bought some guy's course and it was literally the most depressing, just garbage course I've ever seen. I watched like the first episode and I was just like, no. I'm so glad I found you on YouTube, bro. Like this shit is just a higher frequency.
I appreciate it, bro.
You put in so much time and effort into this. I'm grateful for it, bro. Thank you.
I appreciate it, bro.
Very grateful.
Yeah. Word. I'm right there with him. Right there with him.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. Y'all niggas is so... No, it's love, bro. I really appreciate that, bro.
God, dude.